Hey, my folks. Here it is, Easter Monday. We had Easter Sunday last night. It was really, really beautiful. I normally had a plan that I probably wouldn't do this, like play music or do anything like that on, during the Holy Week. But I went ahead and decided I just won't play for the weekend. Financially and everything is, I play music for a living. It had an effect on me, but spiritually, it had an effect on me too. Spiritually, I feel better. I had such a great night last night. Um, us humans, none of us are perfect, but I'm going through some times right now that I'm trying to make myself a better, more authentic, true version of myself through the grace and through the love of Jesus. Died for us, was tortured. I know that all of you, some of you out there don't like to hear, oh yeah, I heard that in my whole life. I know the Bible, yeah. Well, those who really love Jesus, not to compare ourselves to each other as Christians, but you have a lot of people out there who wear Christian costumes. Like you might be looking at me right now thinking that boy thinks he's a monk. He thinks he's some kind of spiritual mystic or something. Well, in a great sense, I am. So that's why I'm here to talk today about some things. A lot of stuff that I'm going to say today is very personal, very personal. And I want to tell y'all, I've been really embracing. It's crazy because, I went through a breakup. I've been through a divorce and everything. So, I mean, come on. I've been through a lot. Child support situations, whatever. But I went through a breakup and both of us going on our own spiritual paths and everything. And also celibacy also is one thing that I've learned to embrace. I always thought that was kind of a hard thing to imagine, like complete celibacy. But I'm actually enjoying and embracing it. And I'm feeling really good about my connection with God. It's like it opens up my eyes and takes away a fog that I had. Now I'm still fighting the demon of lust because no matter what, as a man who's had, relationships and sexual relationships, you're definitely going to have that. You know what it is and what it's like, with all due respect, there are many priests and deacons that have definitely had many women in their lives and had relationships and things and had sex, before they swore, their allegiance to God and also their commitment to in the celibacy. But me, I'm embracing it, and it's not that bad what people think. It's just that after the fact, you have to realize that you're not used to this cycle and way of life or whatever. So you want to try to fight the demon of lust. Then you'll realize how beautiful the opposite sex truly is. You realize how beautiful women really are. So another thing I've learned too is because there's a lot of people in this world is I don't want to. Oh, there he goes again with the Jesus talk. Oh, don't go over there. Oh, don't invite Cedric over to the party or whatever, which is good with me because I'm changing my circle of friends and associates because a lot of people, they wear the mask of being your friend, but they're actually fair weather friends or whenever you are to their convenience, or if you just don't talk about Jesus around them or things that they feel uncomfortable about. Wow, what a friend. So I'm changing all of the association that I have. A lot of people don't want to hear about this, what I talk about. They don't want to hear about the love that Jesus had for us. They don't want to hear about the love that I have for Jesus. Some people, they don't want to see me happy. And these are people that would actually say that they're my friend. They don't want to see me happy though. Because when I'm happy and successful, they realize how happy they are not, some of them. And those are the ones I can see it through their eyes. Because the eyes are the windows to the soul. I'm going to stop. I learned this halfway during Lent. To quit going to bars. Just stop. People that go to bars, the majority of them are lost, miserable, hurting, sad, and dysfunctional. And I've been one of them many times. And I have my own dysfunctions and my own misery. So that's what leads me to bars sometimes to try to medicate myself. Well, I quit going to bars halfway during Lent and everything. Now, here and there, I may have sat in the bar, used the internet or something. May have even had one beer. That's not a sin. There's nothing wrong with that. Jesus actually went and hung out with the people that were drinking and gambling and there were prostitutes and people like that. He ate with them. He preached to them. He moved them in many ways to where they became better people. And I guarantee you the other people that kept on living rotten and doing whatever they were doing, they didn't do nothing but hating on them like people do me. See, they do it silently, but I can see through people's eyes. It's God has gifted me with this primal instinct that most humans had at one time. I can see through your windows. I can see your souls. Yes, I can see you. I can see your feelings. I can see if you really, really do care for me or like me. I got some people that were cool with me at one time. Then they hear some of my political views. They turn around They wouldn't even dance with me if I was to reach my hand out and say, would you like to dance? But normally they actually would. They wouldn't even invite me to their house dinners or parties anymore, I guarantee you, because they know how I feel and how I think, and I'm very, very firm with it too. Now, you got all these people that just don't want to see the light, don't want to see you happy, don't want to even hear a positive message, especially at bars, y'all. Don't go hanging out at bars as your regular thing. Go because you have a reason or you just want to get out and go. It's okay to go to a bar. Socially, have a little social drinks and you know, you got a lot of people that do that though, but they want to hear who's sleeping with who cheated on so-and-so, how hard another one's life is and struggles, just got evicted or whatever. They want to hear all this misery if someone had a horrible abusive childhood and molested and things. You know, you got a lot of people that hate to hear about Christianity and stuff because they grew up with some pretty bad Christians, like horrible Christians, you know? And yes, who am I to say what's a horrible Christian? You're not perfect. Yes, there is no perfect Christian. But there are good Christians, there are lukewarm Christians, there are fraudulent Christians, there are backstabbing Christians, there are people like this. That's sad. Because a lot of them, they don't even feel, they'll jump up and say Christ, and they'll come to church or the cathedral or whatever during certain holidays and celebrations or whatever, and certain times. See, they feel like that's going to save them, that's to their convenience. But those same people would not jump up and talk about Jesus in the middle of dysfunction and people that are just like hurt and lost spiritually, especially like people at bars and stuff and clubs. You know, these kind of people, baptized Christian, when they saw me becoming Christian and saw the light shining from me like a light bulb, when they saw how luciferous my words and my actions were, they would turn around and have this sense of guilt in their eyes instead of just congratulating me or saying they're happy to see what I'm doing and that inspires them. No, they'll say, oh, just to let you know, I'm Christian and I went to Catholic school my whole life. Just to let you know, I was baptized when I was born as a baby. Just to let you know, I'm a cradle. Oh, good for you, cradle Catholic. I'm not. And I'm so grateful to God I'm not a cradle Catholic. For those who are cradle Catholics and they understand Catholicism very well and appreciated it and embraced it their whole lives as their culture, thank God for those. But a lot of people, when I was converting into Catholicism, they actually used the fact that they're cradle Catholics to try to shut me up from preaching and talking and to try to make my light dimmer down because they had no light, because they had no appreciation for God and for what he offers through Catholicism. They had in catechism, they had no appreciation, so it made them jealous. You got a lot of people that just don't want to invite you nowhere, don't want to see you, don't want to have you around just because you're going to be talking about Jesus and God and the light and the power of God. Oh, don't go over there. They got Christians over here. Oh, don't invite him to your party. Or don't go, oh, here comes Cedric, y'all. Or here come the Christians. Oh, God, anyone sees anything that's holy. They see a bunch of us Christians together having a procession, walking down the road, or even praying in public, they'll laugh. Some people even rolled by on a motorcycle one time. Y'all are stupid. You know, if you don't like Christ, if you don't believe in God, period, if you don't have any kind of sense of a grand creator, if you have a problem with people that preach and talk about positivity and love of God, if you don't want to be around no good Christians, people that actually try to walk the walk instead of only talking the talk, oh, you don't want to be around those kind of people, or those are not cool, or whatever. You know where you can go? Go to hell. Yeah, I said it. If you ain't down with all that, and us, and people that actually try and to influence the world in a good way and try to change ourselves to become as holy as we can personally to our true authenticity and connection with God, go to hell. Because there in Sheol, there ain't no good Christians. All the people that think the way that y'all be thinking or acting the way you're acting, all that hate, that's where they go. That's where they get together. All together. Not one Christian in the mix. Peace and God bless you. And just to add a little extra note, I already know with the conclusion of the video that someone said, oh, did you hear what he just said? See, he thinks he's all holier than thou. He's God and he can condemn you to hell. Well, the God that I know, he's the grand judge. The God that I roll with, he's the grand judge. He condemns. But that don't mean that any Christian with common sense can't see what leads where, because God tells you in the Bible.